Welcome to Central Texas College, Eagles. My name is Mariceli Vargas. I am the Director of Student Life and Activities for our campuses, and I would like to say thank you for joining us today. It is a great opportunity for us to give you a lot of information at this info session that we hope is going to actually help you to answer any questions that you may have, give you some great contact information for any questions that you may have in the future, and hopefully make you feel like you're ready to be a CTC Eagle. My title, I guess I said, is Director of Student Life and Activities, and part of what that means is that we want to make sure that you feel like you're part of a community here at Central Texas College. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some of the options that you have so that you can feel as part of a community, some of the services that we have available, especially for free. We're going to talk a little bit about the admissions process, some of the programs, academic programs that you can um, join and what classes and degree plans you can go for. And even if it's not exactly what you want to go for, we can help you guide you until you get to your goal. And last but not least, we're going to talk a little bit about financial aid and make sure that you have all the information that you need so that you can apply for your FAFSA and get some of your financial aid squared away. So I want to ask Barb if she could just give us a little intro video that we have for you guys to just give you a little bit more information as to what CTC is all about, and then we'll go from there.
Well, let's try again. One moment.
Want
You
to
know
make
what?
sure we can hear it, right?
Yeah, it's there. It is. Been a
Awesome.
while. Like, I don't know, a couple weeks at least. Okay, yeah, we're in business.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Barb, for that. Like you were able to see, we have a lot of things that are available to you here at Central Texas College. Everything from dorm life, which actually we're back. Our dorm is finally open after COVID. So if that's something that you're interested, we're super excited about. We have a full range of services for all of our students, and we want you to feel like you're part of a community. And that starts with potentially you living in our dorms, participating in our clubs, activities, and then also just feeling like you are making a connection with other students and the faculty and the staff that we have here. All of our faculty and staff really, really care about our students, especially after COVID. We have really kind of come to the point where we really, really miss our students and we can't wait to interact way more with you directly. So we really hope that you take the opportunity that to participate in all these events, take advantage of our services that are all free, and really feel like you're part of this community that is the Central Texas College, that you actually are able to feel like you are part of who we want you to be. If you have any questions, we are streaming this live on Facebook. And so we're going to ask that you please type any questions that you might have, and we'll address them as they come up. We want to make sure that you feel comfortable and that this is the time to clear any questions that you may have. If nothing else, we want to make sure that you know who to contact and what the process is so that we can delve deeper. Sometimes individual cases are a little bit more complex and we really don't want to discuss it in a public setting, but we'll definitely address that separately in private. So please, please, please let us know if you have any questions. We want to help you. That's always going to be our thing. We're here for you. So we want to help you be successful, and that's part of what we have. Now, we do have some services that are for free, and we want to highlight those for you so that you can be successful academically while you're here at Central Texas College. And you can also be successful not just in the academics and your classes and stuff, but there's way more to college that also includes being part of a team. So clubs, organizations, really getting to interact within the student lounge, which will be opening up in the fall, and with other students and participating in different events is really, really going to be helpful. We're planning right now some welcome week events for the fall. And so we're really looking forward to having this kind of interaction with all of our students. Whether you're in Texas or not, we still want you to participate and be part of our team. Bart, do you have another video for us? Awesome. So while she's setting that up, I just, again, please type any questions that you might have into the chat. We want to make sure that we have all your questions addressed at this time. So take it away, Bart.
You may have enrolled as an individual, but once you become a student at Central Texas College, you're not alone. We have a variety of support services and resources to support you and help you succeed. CTC's Academic Studio Student Success Center is a one-stop shop for all your student needs. Students can receive academic advising in person and online tutoring and participate in study groups. Qualified students can take advantage of textbook lending and childcare assistance. As a college student, you'll spend a lot of time in the library, and ours offers a variety of services and resources to help keep you on track. Students can get help writing research papers and submit them for review free of charge. You can bring your own laptop or borrow one of ours, and if you need a quiet place to study, rooms are available on a first-come, first-served basis. If you have questions, the Ask a Librarian email service is available 24 hours a day, or if you need immediate responses to your questions, the live chat and text service can help. Bad at math? You're not alone. We offer a math lab that provides assistance with everything from college algebra to calculus. And if you need more help with math or any other subject, we offer online tutoring by appointment for up to 2 hours per day. Students with a qualifying documented disability can receive reasonable academic accommodations to include extended testing time, separate testing areas, note takers, and sign language interpreters. Please visit our webpage or visit us in person for more information. Worried about your options after you graduate? We've got you covered. Our Career Center offers career counseling, employment and recruitment services, job fairs, and more. And if you're not quite sure what career you'd like to pursue, use the Career Assessment tool to help you identify what you're good at and what careers are best suited for you. College can be overwhelming, but we are here to help. The Substance Abuse Resource Center offers individual and group counseling as well as information on how to deal with stress. Eagles may fly alone, but at CTC, we soar with you.
All right, awesome. I hope that kind of gives an idea as to what we hope that you gain from being part of Central Texas College and being part of an Eagle, being an Eagle. One of the things that we mentioned with one of the students that we have here online is taking the TSI test. And if you could see, it talks a little bit about our library. A lot of the academic portions of our classes require either a special test, and a lot of students also need a little bit of help before they start here at CTC, and that's why we require TSI. And we have Jeff Pyatt, he's going to discuss that a little bit later. But I wanted to let you know that once you're a CTC Eagle, you can actually, the library can help you study for all of those things. They have free databases, and you can go in there and you can study for all of those exams for free. And just like that, we have a lot of other services that all you have to do is connect to, and we will help you for free to be able to be successful in everything that you're going to be doing. So please make sure you're using our services. If you're not sure, definitely contact us. I will be putting my email in the chat, and I want to make sure that I'm a resource for you. Now I'm going to ask Barb Merlot, our Director of Marketing and Outreach, to please talk to you a little bit about academics and how to figure out what you want to be when you grow up if you're not sure.
Hello. I had to remember to unmute myself because I've had this weird thing going on in my throat, so I sound like a frog. And I kept going. So if I do that while I'm presenting, I apologize. So what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about is really one of the most important things, if not the most important thing you're going to do and decide in college, and that is determining what you're going to study. So at CTC, there's an important thing to understand. We really have two kinds of programs. We have programs that are designed to help you transfer to a university, and we have programs that are designed to help you get a job. So I'm going to show you another quick video where I get to share my screen again, and then we'll kind of go through some exploration. So if there's anybody that has a specific program that they want me to kind of focus on when I start going on the website to show you things, please type it either in the chat in Facebook or the chat here. All right. So what I want to show you now, and I'm going to switch to sharing my screen again, is where you can look on our website to kind of browse the programs that we have. Marceli, did anybody type in any specific programs they might be interested in? No? So it's categorized into kind of 6 very kind of wide areas. And keep in mind again that there are both kinds of programs in each program area. So both transfer programs and programs designed to get you a degree. And for transfer programs, it's really important to understand that at CTC, you'll take your basics, you'll take the core. But if you know that you want to do engineering, or you know that you're pretty sure you want to do business, there are other classes that you're supposed to take your freshman and sophomore year that relate to those. And if you go 2 years at CTC and then transfer over, you're still going to have to take those lower level courses, which is what that's going to mean is you're going to spend more time there. And trust me, if you're going to spend more time in a place, it's going to be here because our classes are so much less expensive than any university. So this is our Explore Programs page, and I'm just going to click on Arts, Humanities, and Media and show you some examples because most of these are transfer programs. I'm going to give you two programs here. One is a transfer program and one is a lead to a job program, and they are very similar in kind of the instructional courses. So the first one is visual arts. And visual arts, and all of these, regardless of your interest, are going to have a similar format so you know what you're looking for. Most will have a video that'll have an instructor and a student kind of talking and then give you some information about the program. Be a little overview along with some ideas of, okay, if I get this degree, what can I do with it? And then it goes into the actual degree programs that are available. So if you look at this, we have two different art programs. These are Associate of Arts degrees. Shortcut meaning these transfer to universities. So if you want to be a commercial artist, or if you want to be an artist that sells work, then you would start with one of these, and then you would move on to a university and complete your studies. So the interesting thing in this area is we also have in that same section this graphics and printing program. This is a terminal degree. Terminal meaning this will prepare you for a job. So you're not going to be taking as many of those basics courses. You'll take a few, but most of your coursework is going to be related to this field. So same thing, it'll show you some of the things that we offer. And then here, this is an Associate of Applied Science degree. So when you're looking at our degrees, if it says AAS, that's going to be a degree that is designed to get you a job. Can you transfer? Yes, you can. But you'll have to come back and take all those bachelor's degree level or all those basic courses that you didn't take because you were focusing on what you really want to do. Another thing that you'll find with our applied science degree programs is that there are certificates that are offered. And in a lot of our programs, those certificates are tied to a certification, which means it gets you a credential so that you can get a job while you're still completing your degree. So that is an example of art. And I'm going to dig into something a little more specifically on one of the other programs, just because I want you to see a lot of different types of programs. But down here is our STEM, and I want to show you one thing. This is programming and software development. Obviously, a lot of people want to do technology because you can get a job and it pays very well. So we have one program in computer and systems that is an Associate of Science degree. That means it is a transfer degree. It is the only degree that we have in the computer area that is designed for transfer. And the difference again is going to be you will take 42 credit hours of core classes. Those are classes that that any upper level university in the state of Texas will accept as a chunk, and you don't have to take your history, your government, your Englishes over again at those universities. If we go back again and we say, well, I'm really interested in focusing on cybersecurity, that's what I want to do. Well, cybersecurity is in such high demand that you definitely can get a job with an associate's degree, especially if you get some certifications. So if you look at this, it shows you some of the median wages for information security analysts and such. It is a lucrative career that you can at least get an entry-level job with an Associate of Applied Science. If you click through on any of these degrees, it's going to show you semester by semester what you would take. And if you look really closely, this word core is here, and there aren't very many of those, but there are a lot of these DEGR, and those are the degree specific courses that will get you knowledge that you need to have a job in that field. So I think I'm gonna go to one more area just so you all know that it is here. Up here on our website is our locations page. And by the way, you can get back to that Explore Programs page with our shortcut button on the top of our web page. Our locations page, I wanted to just show you that there are many different options with CTC. We have a lot of military students. We have lots of locations on military installations. We also have several locations in the state of Texas that are in our service area. And all of these different locations will provide you some, if not all of the degrees or most of the degrees that we offer. So we have a separate location on Fort Hood. Our online program, and a lot of our students on Central Campus kind of take a combination. Well, in the last year, most of our students have been taking online courses because we just started in the classroom back again, except for courses we had to do it. So just be aware that there are a lot of options for how you want to complete your degree. If you are a military person, military family member, military spouse, just know that you can start with us here in Texas and you can take distance ed courses anywhere in the world. And you don't have to disrupt your degree. You can just continue chugging right along and finish it up. So, Marcella, are there any questions about any of that you can see?
No questions at this time. I did want to make a shameless plug for my stuff. We're also streaming on Discord. For those of you that are interested, we have our Discord and it's ctc4.me/Discord. And that way you can join our Discord page, and where we're starting to stream a lot more as well. So depending on your interest, that might be something you might want to also plug into to get more information. Now, I'm going to ask that Mr. Jeff Pyatt, he is our recruiter and knows everything. Well, I'm going to say most things about admissions and advising and kind of helping a student get started. So I'm going to ask him to kind of let us know what does a student need to do if they want to become part of CTC.
Thanks, Marcelli. I have always said, if I don't know the answer, I certainly know the people who know the answer. So anyway, Ryan, welcome. Thanks for joining us today and welcome and so on. Congratulations on your senior year. And you have already applied for admission. So it's not necessary for me to show you how to apply because we have your application on file. And I think Barb, you resent him an acceptance letter, is that correct? You're muted. Okay. So Ryan, she sent you an acceptance letter. If you take a look at that acceptance letter, that will give you some of your next steps that you need to do. Before you can register for your classes, you'll need to speak with academic advising, okay? And we can send you the link here in a minute. And what academic advising is going to do, they can tell you about the TSI test. And a lot of people refer to that TSI as an entrance exam, and it's really not. CTC has an open admissions policy. If you have your high school diploma or a GED, you'll be accepted to CTC. So don't worry about being accepted. You already accepted. Congratulations on that. But what that test does, it determines your level of college readiness. Are you college ready in math, or do you need a developmental class? Are you college ready in English, or do you need a some kind of developmental class, something like that. So that's all that test determines. It does not determine whether you get into CTC or not. And I sent you the link in the chat box a little bit earlier, and we can certainly send that to your email. And what you're going to need to do, as we mentioned earlier, is you'll need to make an appointment to visit with academic advising. Before COVID, you could walk in anytime and sign up for that test, but now you're going to have to make an appointment to do that. So make sure you do that. And what I would suggest is you do that just as soon as possible, because the longer you wait until like the middle of August, it's going to be more difficult to find It's going to be more difficult, whether it's to take a test or to meet with advising and things like that. Okay, so go ahead and get that done. After you take your test, what you'll need to do then is you need to speak with academic advising. And Bruce just sent that link there. And when you click that link, there's 4 different ways to meet with advising. You can do a live chat, kind of like we're doing here now. You can email them, you can call them, or you might even possibly be able to make an appointment. I don't know how far out they are making the appointment, but that's certainly an option. Barb didn't pay her light bill. Her lights went out. So anyway, you'll need to speak with academic advising. And if you don't know what you want to major in right now, excuse me, if you don't know what you want to study right now, that's perfectly fine. You can go under what I call interdisciplinary studies, and that's just kind of I call it a generic degree because you don't know what you want to do, and that's perfectly fine. I always tell students it's okay that you don't know what you want to do now, but when you're 22, you can't be sitting on your mom's couch doing nothing. Okay, so I don't think it's a matter of you not wanting to go to college. I think it's a matter of you not knowing what you want to do, and I think that's perfectly fine because I was in the same situation. I changed majors a couple of times when I found out that business wasn't for me, criminal justice wasn't for me. So I changed my major, and I think that's perfectly fine. But as Barb mentioned, we have programs that will transfer to universities in the state of Texas, or 1-year certificates that will get you into the workforce as soon as possible. We all know what minimum wage is. Minimum wage is $7.25 in the state of Texas. 40 hours a work week is $290 a week, and that is $15,080 a year, and that's before taxes. If you divide that into a weekly, I don't know, your weekly salary, that's just not a living wage. But some of our programs start at $15 an hour. Some of the programs, like the cybersecurity, starts at the median wage is $48 an hour. That's a lot. Now I don't know that you'll make the $48 in Killeen, but that's certainly a living wage just about anywhere you go. The median wage for 2019 for the cybersecurity was just over $70,000. That's $146,000 a year. That's with the certificate of complete the 2-year associate's degree. And trust us, there's many people here who have bachelor's degrees or advanced degrees, master's degrees, who aren't making 6 figures. So just because you have the bachelor's degree or master's degree doesn't mean you're going to make that amount of money. And just because you don't have it, well, just because you didn't mean it will, but it doesn't mean you can't as well. Okay, so there's many things where you can start with a 1-year certificate or 2-year associate's degree and make more than a living wage. I've talked to you about the testing, the minimum wage. In a bit, Barb is going to talk. Not Barb, I'm sorry. Pearl's going to talk to you about financial aid. If you have a couple of different options on where you take your classes. You can take classes face to face. You can take classes distance learning, or you can do both. If you decide that you're going to take classes face to face, we need your back trauma meningitis. Since you're 21 years of age or younger, we'll need proof of back trauma meningitis, which has been updated within the past 5 years, and you'll need to send that to academic advising. I'm not sorry, not academic advising, admissions. So I'll type that for you. But you'll need that before you start face-to-face classes. And that's not just CTC, it's other institutions, other community colleges and institutions if you go, 4-year institutions if you go live on campus. There's a number of reasons why community college is a great option. If you went from, the main thing is the cost. 12 hours at CTC is about 1,200 hours, whereas one class at Mary Hardin Baylor, for example, is, well, I forgot. How much is that, Barb? Is that 1,200 or 3,000? I forgot. I think one credit hour is like $1,200 at Mary Hardin Baylor. So one class at Mary Hardin Baylor is about $3,000. So if you took 12 hours there, that's I'm not very good with math. Huh. I think. Are you looking for that bar by any chance?
Yeah, I'm just gonna share my screen on something that we posted
Okay.
like this past year
Yeah.
or so,
Right.
just so
So
you can
so
kind of get some
CTC is
ideas.
yeah. CTC is very cost efficient. It doesn't matter if you come to CTC and then a 4-year institution. If you transfer your classes, when you go to work, nobody's going to say, hey, did you go to a community college first and then a 4-year degree? They're going to be concerned if you can do the job that you applied for. So when you start to work, you're going to get paid the same. Doesn't matter if you went 4 and 4 all the way, or if you went 2 here and then 2 to an institution. You're going to get paid the same. But the main thing is it's less expensive. So really, Barb, that's all I have as far as the application is concerned.
Do you want
You
to
have,
go ahead? Because there may be some folks watching on Facebook and just give them a really quick overview of where and how they start the application.
sure, you can go to our website, which is www.
How about if I
C.
share, let me share the screen.
You can do that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. If you go to our website at www.ctcd.edu, and if you click the Apply Now button, when you scroll to the bottom of this page, you're going to hit Sign Up. When you click the Sign Up button, you're going to put your first name in there, you're going to put your last name in there, and a good working email address. Make sure and then you're going to click, you're not a robot, and then you're going to hit submit. So the email address that you put in, you're going to check that email for an email from CTC. Make sure you check your junk or spam folders as well, because sometimes an email from CTC may go in there. Check it. When you click the email from CTC, there's going to be a big blue long link in there. You click on that link and it says reset password. Well, you're not actually going to reset a password. You're going to create a password. So if you click that password reset, you're going to create your password. Excuse me. And then you're going to go to the sign in page. So Barb, scroll down a little bit more. Or actually back up. Yeah. So your sign in page, at the sign in page, you're going to put the email that you used and then the password that you created, and you're going to hit sign in. And as you go down the application on the left, you'll see green circles. The green circles means that the area is completed. A black and yellow circle means that there's some information missing, and the clear circles means that the area hasn't been attempted yet. When you put your after each section, it'll say continue. Click continue. When you see the red X by your birthday, ignore the red X. You know your birthday, it's correct. But when you enter the dashes, you need to enter the dashes for your social security number and date of birth as well. I'm sorry, telephone and social security number.
Hey, Jeff, I just quickly went to the apply for admission page. And just so folks know, there is kind of a step-by-step video here in case, you know, you run into any problems.
Okay. So generally, right now, it's taken about 5 to 7 business days to process an application. Sometimes students don't receive their acceptance letter right away, but they can contact us and we can send that to them. And that acceptance letter will have additional your additional steps, information for the TSI, sending your transcript. Don't worry about sending your transcript from Ellison High School, because I think later today our transcript services is going to request the transcripts from the registrars come to CTC. The past 3 years I've done that, but they have requested that for us. So she asked, transcript services asked if they could do it. I said, absolutely, you can do it. Go ahead. So Ellison High School will probably be sending your transcript over here right away. But really, that's it. Your application is in. You need to do the TSI. After you take your TSI, contact academic advising, and then once you have met those requirements, then you should be able to register for your classes. Make sure your web advisor is set up, your student email is set up, because your instructors will communicate with you through your CTC email, and you will register through your web advisor. But my email is in the chat file, in the chat box. I'll send it again, and you're free to email me, and I'll be glad to help. And that's it. Congratulations again on your recent graduation. Anything else?
All right, thank you, Jeff. We really appreciate your help on that, and I hope that clarifies some things for you. If not, please contact Mr. Pyatt at admissions@ctcd.edu. Now I'm going to ask that Pearl Creviston, she is the Director of Financial Aid, if she could just talk to us a little bit about the financial aid options and some of the things that students that are looking to take some classes here should be on the lookout. I don't see your face, Pearl, but you
There
are.
I am.
Are you there? There you are.
I'm
Okay.
there. I'm busy
All right.
giving away free money that I hope everybody's applying for. Hello, everybody. I'm Pearl Creviston. I'm the Director of Financial Aid here at CTC. I look forward to hearing from all of you, hopefully, that are participating today and that you've already completed your FAFSA application for the fall term. If not, you still have time, but don't wait too much longer, or we may not have it done in time for you to start classes in August. So your FAFSA needs to be done with studentaid.gov. You have to put our school code on there, which is 004003. I've already put that information in the chat. And then it'll send to us as long as you've done what Mr. Pyatt recommended, and that's be admitted to CTC as a student. So a lot of times students will do their FAFSA application and then wait for a response, and they don't hear from us. And the reason is because we don't have permission from Department of Ed to draw down a file on a student who is not our student yet. So that's the reason we say you have to be admitted so that your social is in the system. It matches to the school code that you put on the FAFSA, and then they'll release your file to us. So you've also heard discussion today about your Eagle Mail and how important it is to pay attention to that, because what happens is the day we receive your FAFSA from Department of Ed, which only takes about 3 to 5 days to receive, we send you an automated email to your Eagle Mail address. We tell you exactly what you need to do to complete your aid file. So unfortunately, a lot of students will complete their financial aid and then never follow up with the school until August. And then when the classes are due to be paid for, they'll contact us and say, well, where's my file? And what happens, oftentimes you're selected for verification, and now we need your parents' tax return transcripts, we need your income information, and we may need several documents. The reason for that is the Department of Ed arbitrarily will pick student records and tell the school that we have to go back and verify everything you said on the FAFSA application to make sure it's accurately been reported. And as long as it is, we can continue and process any eligible aid. But if we have questions, we'll email you those specific questions and ask for clarification. So the most important thing to do after you've been admitted to CTC and completed that FAFSA is to please follow up with the financial aid office. Don't ask your advisors, don't ask admissions, don't talk to testing about it. You need to come directly to the financial aid office, and you can email us, you can chat with us live, you can call us, and we will look at your information to make sure that we have it and everything is completed. So right now it's summer, and we are offering summer classes, and students are using summer financial aid if they're eligible. So to use summer, you had to have already completed last year's FAFSA, which is the 2021 aid file, and have that file completed and have remaining eligibility for the summer. So what Department of Ed does is they'll award summer aid to students in 2 different ways. You receive summer aid if you were not full-time in fall and spring, either with us or with any other institution, or you were full-time and they're giving you additional Pell, which is called year-round Pell, and you have to be in a minimum of 6 credit hours to receive year-round additional Pell. So a lot of your cases are individual. We may have to go see if you received aid from another school to find out if you're required to do 6 hours with us in the summer. But in most cases, you will know that before your term starts, and you will have already seen your award notice, and we will submit everything through your student self-serve. So you have the same access to your information that we do. You just need to be aware to go and look that information up. So applying for financial aid is an annual event. You need to do it every year in October for the following fall term. So fall starts in August, and I'm really saying you're going to do it a year way before August in October when they open it to make sure that you have plenty of time to get that file completed and turned in. So as we opened, I said I was awarding free aid, and what I'm talking about is called, right now, it's a CRRSA application. It's CRRSA. Those are being awarded right now to students who were enrolled as of March 13th, 2019. I think that's right. Is that when COVID started, or was it 20? 20, Barbara? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Where are we? We're working in 2 different aid years right now, so it kind of runs together. But if you were enrolled in March 20 when COVID started and you're enrolled now, you took classes in that spring term and you're taking classes now, you are able to apply for CRRSA funds, even if we awarded you the CARES grant funds that we are now out of. So the CRRSA funds will be awarded until that fund has been completely used up. And in the future, we'll be having a third financial aid award from the government that is to help students with need. So pay attention to the free money that you can use. We encourage you to use your FAFSA money in the form of Pell Grant. We encourage you to use your VA benefits or any scholarship applications. But if some of you really have a need and are perhaps in a nursing program or a pilot program where the costs are much higher, you may need a student loan. As much as I'll try and talk you out of that here, we do offer direct loans from the Department of Education, but we try not to get you to take those out at this level, because anyone trying to go on for a bachelor's degree will need student loans and Pell Grant and all the free money they can get to pay for their bachelor's degree and beyond. So for financial aid, please contact us. Our website is right up there, phone number up there for financial aid. And you can contact us with any questions, but do not wait any longer if you have not completed a FAFSA yet. Thank you all. Are there any questions out there for me yet?
I don't see any questions, but
See
thank you
anything
very
on the
much.
chat?
Yeah.
Pearl,
Yes.
if a student wants to contact financial aid, how would you suggest? Email, live chat? Which is the easiest you think? I know you're very, very, very busy in the summer. We all are, but financial aid really.
And right now, I would say you can contact us by email is the fastest because it comes directly to me and I will forward it directly to the processor responsible for that student's file.
Okay.
If I can't answer it myself.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Can
So
I
that
just add that the financial aid has a really wonderful website, and it's pretty easy to find on our website since it's something that is in great demand. So please take a look at that. If you have any questions, a good number of them can be answered right there. There's also another video that kind of gives you some tips and hints on how to apply for the FAFSA. I think probably the most confusing thing, especially this time of year, is the academic year thing. And to put it simply, all of our years start in the fall. So if you could just remember that your financial aid will start in the fall. If you wanted to take classes in the summer, you would have to apply for this past year's financial aid.
Right.
It's super
Fall,
confusing.
spring, and then summer, always. It's
Just
all
know
part
that
of the same year that starts in the fall. And a lot of times, just on that note, Barb, the financial aid, if you go to another school prior to coming to CTC, some schools will use summer as a header, meaning the summer is the first part of the term. So we do have students that may have already been awarded all of their aid to include the additional 50% by the time they come here because their prior school used summer as a header, fall as a main term, and spring as the end of their year. So we'll get those occasionally, but it is confusing. And I know the 2 aid years, which one do I do? Here we are in summer, June 2021, but I want your 2020 FAFSA to pay for those.
And then
So
you have
you're
to,
right, that's very confusing for students. But if you just remember, like Barbara said, you start every year new in the fall, it ends with the summer.
so they have to apply every year that they're going to attend college.
Correct.
All right. Well, that is some awesome information. I don't see anything else going on in the chat at this time, so I think we're gonna wrap it up. I really want to take the time and say thank you very much to all the participants that are available today that have made the time to be able to offer some great information. I also want to thank all of you that watched actually live and that had some questions. Oh, we do have a question. It says, so for the fall classes, I applied for the 2020 FAFSA.
No, that would be the 21-22, because this will be August, which is fall 21. So that's the start of the new year. So for fall, you would do the 21-22 FAFSA.
Yep.
Like we said, it's confusing.
But thank you for asking because that's if we need to repeat it often, then that's if you need it often, then other people are going to need it, hear it often as well. So let's see. Do I have anything else? Nope, I am in the clear. Thank you so much for participating, listening to everything that we have to say. We hope you found this informative and that you will, ask us any questions that are going to come up in the future. We know that you're going to get questions. That's expected. That is okay. Please let us know when you have any of these questions so that we can clarify it and make it much easier for you to have a great experience at Central Texas College. Again, my name is Mariceli Vargas, and I want to say thank you for participating, and I hope you have a fabulous day.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Ryan, for joining us.
Hey, Ryan, be